I'm here to help you guys with any of your test equipment needs, whether you need a quote or you just have a question about functionality. It's no problem. Just go ahead and shoot me an email at jbarber@bcgroupinternational.com or justin@betterbiomed.com. It's my pleasure to help you.
What's up, everyone? Welcome back to Better Biomed. Folks, today we're going to talk about lithium-ion batteries and what you can do to help reduce some waste. There are more and more products every single day that are reliant on lithium-ion cells, like these ones here. And just because you have a battery pack that is expired or defective for some other reason, doesn't mean that the whole thing is bad. You don't have to throw the whole thing away. In fact, we can open these things up carefully, and we can separate out the cells, and we can charge them and test them separately, and then recompile them into a whole nother battery pack, or keep the cells individual, because there are many products out there that use individual cells. So let's go ahead and take a look at what we got today. And this right here is a medical grade battery pack. And this battery pack is in series. You can see that it comes in on one end and the cells are linked. They're linked here. And you've got 4 cells. We can separate those out and we can make 4 individual cells. Now, I don't think that all 4 cells are good. In fact, these ones here, maybe they're all bad. Who knows? But that's why we have this little tester. Now, this little tester, all it takes is a 2 amp, 5 volt input power, because all you're charging to is 3.7 volts. And it actually has the specs listed on the back. It's compatible with a whole bunch of different batteries. So it's not just the 18650 cells, which we have here, but you can also get the 21700s and like a dozen other lithium cells, and nickel metal hydride also works well in this guy. You can see there's spring-loaded terminals and there's 2 troughs. So you just put the batteries in and it will detect what they are, and you're off to the races. So let's go ahead and let's plug in our little battery charger. You see it boot up. It's pretty quick, and it says, hey, I got no batteries. So now we're going to go ahead and we're going to separate out some of these batteries. Now I'm going to separate by clipping the little metallic strips right here at the PCB. This will make it much safer to handle these. I do sometimes get some arcy sparks like you just seen. There we go. All right. And the PCB should be stuck on with some double-sided tape. And it was. Excellent. These metallic strips have been spot welded to the battery cells. Now, you can, if you're very careful with some proper prep, solder them, but you got to maintain as low a temperatures as possible, and you take a chance at damaging the cells. These spot welders just go for 30 to 50 bucks, I think, on Amazon. They're really inexpensive, and you can get some really expensive ones too. But if you want to recompile some of these into proper cells as a battery pack, then you should probably get a nice spot welder. So all I'm doing is removing as much of this metallic trash that's spot welded to the end of the cells. There we go. And I'm using flush cutters because these guys allow me to get really close to the battery. And that means that I can get most of it off. There we go. Some of the Kapton tape, that's this yellowish tape that you see there. Yuck. All right, and I got some down here. You can see with flush cutters, you just rotate them to the side, and most of it does come off. See that? You can get nice, clean ends. There we go. Those will all be very good cells. Okay. I am being very careful. Do not pierce the battery, and be aware that the center post is a different polarity than the outside of the battery. That could be some bad juju. Now notice how these guys just separate so easily. Very, very easily. And if I were to remove this shroud, which I'm not going to because I'm not that curious, you can usually figure out who manufactured the cells. There's only a couple manufacturers out there that make them. So you'd be surprised. It could be like Samsung. It could be, yeah, I think Panasonic is another manufacturer of these batteries. Okay, so once I got the end caps kind of cleared off, you can see there. One more piece right here. There it is. This spot weld here has got some integrity. It's holding up. That's why flush cutters work so good for this. Okay, that's good enough for government work. All right, so notice on the battery charger, it says stick your positive post up in that direction. Do that for both of them. And it will go ahead and say if there's anything wrong with your batteries. So it knows that this one is 0.5 amps charging. This one here, we'll reset it. This one here might be a defective cell. It's not liking this one. This one here is going to charge up just fine. Let's go ahead and pop this guy back off. Let's try one of the other ones. All right. And notice how this one immediately goes into charging. So this is one way to quickly diagnose which cells are savable and which ones are not. This guy is rather inexpensive. You can find them on Amazon for like 15, 20 bucks. They're pretty inexpensive. And sometimes when you buy large battery quantities, this will come with that as part of a package kit. But I'm going to go ahead and let these two charge. You can get these chargers that have more battery cells than this. This one only charges 2. I think I've seen ones that charge like 4 and 8 batteries. I mean, at that point, you're pulling some amperage. But just to let you know, these products are out there. You just got to separate out the batteries into individual cells before you can go ahead and charge them up. So I'm going to go ahead and let these two charge up, and then I will do a load test. I have some flashlights that take 18650 cells. And if they pass and they run for a reasonable amount of time, which I would assume they will because they're lithium ions, then the one defective battery that was here, you can see that ruined this entire battery pack. One defective cell thus far. Could be 2, but 1. So, guys, there you have it. Save those 18650 cells and the larger 2000 series cells because they are usable and there is a market for used lithium ions. Properly charge them up in an analyzer, test them out thoroughly, and then you can either rebuild the battery pack or use them as a separate cell. Too easy. All right? Have fun out there, and thanks for watching, guys.
If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more content. I'd love to hear your thoughts, so drop a comment below with what you'd like to see in future videos.